Hello class. Hope we are fine this day. Now today we are continuing with the next topic, and that's topic 11, and we are remaining with your senior one has 14 topics and we are on 11. Now to really you don't look perfectly okay, do you? But you claim to be okay, not so? Now in a minute I would like to just pause this brainy stimulator, something to make the brain work properly. You can listen. Not simple question. It says that in a family of 4 people, the mother's name is 42. The mother is called 42. Then the elder brother is called 32. Then the sister who follows is called 22. What's the name of the father? Let me repeat. The mother is called 42. The elder brother is called 32. And the sister who is the last born is called 22. Let me receive suggestions. The dad, what's the name of their father, the father of the family? Yes, I start from here. Precious, what's the name of the father?
I think the name of the father is 52.
Is 52. Said 52. Let me see the next hand.
I also think it's 52.
He also thinks 52. Then yes, Patience. See what's the name of the father?
I think it's 62.
62.
I have 2 answers. 52 and 62.
52 also?
52.
52. Now, none of the answers is correct.
It's a matter of 12.
12, you are still trying? 12? Not really.
62.
Yeah, you know, some are using sequences.
62. Amazing.
You are trying? Yes,
16.
16. No.
62.
No. 72. No. I think let me give another obvious. My father, for us, we are 4. My mother is called Faibe Wanyama. And now I'm giving you the answer, not so? And me, I'm called Joseph Wanyama. The brother is called that's the sister is called Rebecca Wanyama. Therefore, what's the name of my father? Therefore, the father is called 2. Because it would base on mommy's name, not so? Well, okay, thank you for that. Now let us speak on, you see, math is fun and math is a language. Let us speak on with our topic 11 here. Topic 11 called now this will be equations of lines and curves. Lines and curves. And And let me first pose some subtopics here. Remember that in topic 10 we discussed algebra, the algebra 1. That was the starting of algebra. Now the first subtopic here we shall look at, we shall just review plotting coordinates and stating coordinates. Just a review, because remember that we did this topic in the first very topics. I hope you remember that this was one of the topics that we did earlier, stating coordinates. Then too we shall look at coordinates for lines, then coordinates for curves, then finding equation of a curve and a line. I think that will be enough for that. I think we can even plot, draw lines and curves from given equations. That one can be enough for us under that. Yes, I'm very, very sure that people have graph papers. That means have a set with you. Have a very long rule of 30 centimeters. Then have a mathematical set. Now let us just review ordinary plotting that we did some time back here. Review of plotting, because to assist us in review of plotting coordinates. We shall just review with some. We shall just use some questions as a reminder. Okay, I think your graph books are ready. Yeah. That means I'm going to request you to plot the following coordinates. Just a reminder, plot the following coordinates. Now 0, 0, 2, 0, negative 4, 0, 2, 6, negative 1, negative 6, and 1, 4. Now we are going to choose an appropriate scale of the graph, because we said earlier that when you are plotting, look at the biggest value of x and y. Yeah, make sure that you have a graph book, not so? Now, if you look at our coordinates there, we see that we have the biggest x is a positive 2 x, then the negative x is a negative 4. Yes, you're excused. 2, 6 is 2, 2, positive 6. Now that means that the x values you can balance the y-axis in the middle of the graph book. That means because they are equally a few distances from each other. I am expecting that you are using a graph what? Make sure you have a graph book that you are handling. But when you look at y has a negative 6 and still a positive 6. That means also balance the x-axis in the middle of your graph paper. Now the question is, are we going to use two boxes or one? Checking, do 2 boxes work because to avoid the congestion? To avoid congestion there? Do 2 work? 2 will work up to 6. There will be enough. That means you use a scale of let me have a graph paper there. This graph book, and we can I think you have put the y-axis in the middle, not so? And the x-axis in the middle and the y-axis also in the middle. Then if you counted the 2 centimeters, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it fits. It fits, not so? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That will fit very well. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. I hope you have arrived there. My whiteboard is not wide enough. We are using 2 centimeters. That means I expect you in between here to have 10 divisions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. To avoid the congestion, then that's your 0. Then also do the same to 2 centimeters. Have we plotted? I've recorded their plotting. Put arrows everywhere. That means you are continuing your axis as more values. Zero would start here. Then 2, 0 would be 2 is an x value, not so? That is 2, but you move nowhere. -4, 0. My axis should extend a bit. -4 is an x value. Therefore, you stop there because you move nowhere. -4, 0. Then 2 is x, 6 is y, 2 is 6. I hope you'll plot that. The rest you can plot. That's fine. That's fine. That means me, I've used just a sample to demonstrate a few. This was the negative 4, 0. This point was 0, 0. Then this was 2, 0. I'm very convinced that plotting is pretty easy. If I wanted to plot 0, negative 2, where would I plot? 0, negative 2. I would plot it. Which negative 2? This one? This one here. Okay. Now I think that's a smaller review, and I'm convinced now that we can even locate coordinates. Can we locate coordinates after plotting them? In case I wanted to locate this, how will I locate such a coordinate? How do you read this one here? That would be, which coordinate is that?
-1.
You'd read x first, then here. How do we read this? How do we read that? Read as 0, 3. Fine. That means this part of plotting and stating coordinates is clear. We can now visit the coordinates of lines. Let me try to remove this. That's subtopic 2. Now, there are some coordinates, if you plot and join, will form a straight line. That means I'm giving you a number here. We try to plot, then join, and we see if we can reach a straight line. Okay, plot again the following coordinates. Again, I think we can plot pretty. Since the values are small numbers, therefore, please let us plot 2 centimeters or 2 boxes. That means I expect you to be plotting again 2 centimeters. To avoid narrowing the graph. That means again you'll have your 0, then 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. we then plot. That means you are plotting -2, 4. -2 is x, then -4 is y. Therefore, plot it down. Make sure you are on the graph paper plotting. Then 0, 0 would be here. Then 1, 2 would be around here. Then 2, 4 be here. That means you try to join. My blackboard lacks accuracy. You join. I expect that when you join, you will form what? A straight line. I think you can see that, not so? Yeah, there are some coordinates where when you plot and join, you receive a straight line. Yeah, now I want to give you those that form a curve, and now we go to the discussion of their equations. Coordinates, that's subtopic 3, that form a curve. Coordinates of curves. Again, I'll give you to plot this and join. Have you commented that the coordinates form a straight line?
Yes.
Let me give you for a curve here. Again, plot the following coordinates. Now, by looking at that, it shows that we have the highest value of y is +9, not so? +9, but its negative is the highest negative is the highest negative in y. We do not have a negative. Therefore, we can make our graph to have more of the positives than the negatives. That means this axis can shift. The axis can shift and you just have a few negatives down. That means before you carry out any plotting, look at the nature of the coordinates to be able to put the line in a better place. Let me investigate. Do 2 centimeters fit for 9 coordinates? Or they don't? If we set right like here, the x-axis to be here, that means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They will fit. That means have 2 centimeters again to avoid congestion. 8, 9, 9 is somewhere. Make sure you have fitted everything well. Then also do the same horizontally to 2 centimeters. In cases where 2 centimeters are not fitting, we can try to adjust to 1 centimeter. Can try to adjust to 1 centimeter. Just 1 coordinate is enough down. Okay, we can then plot. That's -3, 9, -3, 9, then -2, 4, -1, 1, 0, 0, then +1, 1, then 2, 4, then 3 with 9. Now make sure you use a very free hand here to make a curve. Don't apply any ruler. Just continue it smoothly. And when you reach here, you curve very properly here. Try to be more accurate. I think you can see that those coordinates have formed a curve. Okay, that's good. Yeah, now, upon discussion of if coordinates have formed a curve, can we have an expression for its equation? Can we have an equation from this? Now, this curve is just in form of somebody saying semicircle or letter U. Now we want to form an equation from this. Okay, let me now go to the last discussion here, the second last rather, which is finding the equation of a line and a curve. Finding equation of line and curve. Now, an equation of a line or a curve is just a relationship between x and y. Do you pick that? I want to give you these coordinates again. We plot to come up with an equation. A relationship between x and y. How x is changing or how y is changing when x changes. Okay. an equation of a line or a curve shows the relationship between x and y. Let us start with the equation of a line. Plot the following coordinates. People are right there? Yes. And join them. Now a straight line is, I think we've seen that you don't join with a free hand, you join with a ruler, but a curve is joined with a free hand. Can I see people plotting? I don't seem to have any negative, not so? That means I can make my graph to be more on the positive side than the negative. Then down also make sure that means make sure that the upper part is big and the other part is also big. I think again using 2 centimeters makes the graph look more attractive because math is beauty. Did you know that? You know that math is beauty. Or rather, math is beautiful. Math is beautiful. Put few negatives because you don't need them actually, but for the interest of the accesses. Hope you have plotted that. Then plotting 0, 0, 1, 2, 2, 4, 2, 4. Then 3, 6, 3, 6, 3, 6. Then join with the ruler to form a straight line. It's because my graph, my BB here, my BB here seems to be first join it here. Make sure you are very accurate because me, I'm using a what? Now that is your straight. Now I want to find the equation of that straight line. Okay. This is plotted, not so? Now, let me use this part. I don't have ample space, but x and y. Now, our coordinates given there, x we have 0, its y is also 0, have 1, have 2, then you have 2, you have 4. You have 3, you have 6. In fact, it's better, let me start with y, then x. Y, then x, y, x. I hope you are following me very well. I have 0, 0. What do I have? This is 2 and 1. Then I have 2, 4 and 2, 6 and 3. What is the relationship between, what are you doing to this to get this? Now I want to write y, you do something to x to get y. Yes. Yes, Precious, you are very, very attentive. Yes?
Divide y.
You divide y.
By 2.
Y by 2 you get x. That's correct. Or
X times 2.
that means y is 2x. That means the equation for that line is, just check the behavior of the values, then that will form for you an equation. Not so?
Yes.
That means you just say y is equal to x, that's our line draw. How is x related to y? To y. I want to give you another line here, and we can see you are ready to receive another line and we get its equation. Okay, let me get for you another line here. Again, we are saying plot. Plot, we are plotting others here. Are you ready? 0, 2, 1, 3, 3, 5, my access seems to work for me, not so? Seems to work for me. Zero, 2, let me also plot 0, 2, 1, 3, 2, 4, 3, 5. Yeah, make sure you form a straight line again. You have a straight line, not so? Then we want to find out the relationship between x and y, which will give us an equation. Yes, Grace, you are ready. Let me first capture these values, then you tell us how are they behaving. This is 0, 1, 2, 3. Yes. What's the behavior?
To get y, you have to add x plus 2.
You add it to get y. That means y is equal to 2x plus. It's 2x. Are you sure?
No.
You said x plus 2. Oh, when you add it 2 here, you get 5. 2 here, you get 4. That's very correct. That means on your line drawn there, you label. You label there. On that line drawn, label on it y is equal to x plus 2.
So can it also be possible if we set maybe x equals to y minus 2?
Yes, you have shown the relationship. I think I should give you one here, you try to think. Okay. Now more examples here before you go to the curves. You are going to think, not so? Find the equation of a line through each point to 2. Anybody thinking? You discuss over this? Yes, Grace, I see you're thinking very, very much. Come and think from here. Take her through this. Who is ready to take her through part B? Precious will take her through part B. Okay, come and discuss part.
Okay, as we are studying about the equations of lines, so the question is asking us to find the equation of a line through each point. And the points we are given here, actually it doesn't need to draw those things on coordinates. You just have to work it out in a table form. So we have every coordinate, if maybe they're given in pairs, the first one is for the x-axis and then the other one is for the y-axis. So we shall have to draw a table having our y and x-axis. So for the first coordinates, the first bracket, which one is for the y-axis? -1. Then for the x, -1. Then for the next bracket, 0. The next bracket, 1. So if they ask us to find the relationship or the equation of the line, what's the relationship between y and x? We are seeing that it's just remaining constant. So meaning y is equal to x. Okay, then I think the relationship between these two, or if they ask us to find the equation of the line through each point, so meaning y is equal to x, or you can say x is equal to y, it's still the same. Because we are saying here y is -1, x is also -1. Y is 0, x is 0. I think you see. And okay, if they tell us to find for the next brackets, then you'll have to use counting numbers. I think so.
Yeah, thank you very much. You have been very, very motivating.
So they are asking us to find the equation of a line through each point. As the teacher who explained the first number said, we can just go straight forward. So say this is x and this is y. So y and x. This side, there is -1 and then -2, followed by 0 and 0, then 2, then 1 and 2, followed by 2 and 4, then 3 and 6. So y will be, remember here there is -1 and here there is -2. So maybe to get y, we shall have to subtract 2. We shall have to add 2 plus 1. Okay, to get to y, we shall have to add 2 plus 1.
Think. You want to help her? You want to be helped, or you are still thinking? Come and help her.
No, please. Let's go. I'm going to explain something.
Okay. Try it.
I'm not very sure of the number, but then according to the first one, we have -2 for the x-axis and then -1 for the y-axis. And then I think if we want to get y for the y-axis, we have to add 1. Because then for the next bracket, if you keep on adding 1, you will get 0. But then when you reach that bracket of 0, I also got confused. Because if you add,
You also got confused, eh? Why are you getting confused?
all right.
Okay, go ahead. You have thought.
Maybe to get x negative on that first bracket, -1
Yes.
minus 1.
-1 minus 1, you get x.
Yes, x -1. Then 0 minus 1, you get.
Are you thinking well? Yes, Patience, yes. Yes, try and you see.
You see -1 there. Right?
Yes, then
Then on 0,
you do what?
you add nothing. Then on 1, on the next one you add plus.
Now,
Wait, let us think.
You keep on adding counting numbers.
you are still thinking. Please go ahead to think.
Even there are multiples.
That means you think of all operations, division, addition, multiplication. Not so?
Yeah, teacher. Divide by 2. Shall you multiply by 2? It's multiplied by 2. And yeah, multiplied by 2.
Who is multiplied by 2?
6.
This one is y.
Yes, then x.
What do you do?
Y is equal to
Y is equal to
x times 2. 2x.
2x. Are you sure?
7 and 6.
2 times this, do you get this? 2 times this, do you get 1?
Not I mean. X divided
X out of 2.
Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly.
X is equal to 1 times 2, 2y.
Which means 2y equals x.
Yes.
It's because you wanted to only think in one direction. You were thinking in both. Now let me give you 4 curves, and but before you go to curves, I don't know whether you have realized that so far. Let me first put here that I don't know whether you have seen something here. General form of the equation of a straight line. Have you noticed something? You stated you got some of our equations. We have this. We have y was x out of 2. We had also x plus 2. Not so? Now that shows that this equation of a straight line has a form, and we are going to realize that we can just generally state the equation of a straight line that it has such a form, that it has a term there. It has an x and the neighbor of x here, 1, but some of them do not have a number added to them. That means they lack a c. Like this one has only y is equal to m what? X, the m here is 2 and the x is x there. Now, let me explain using this. When we drew this line, like we drew this line was y. If you check your notes, the one we've drawn, it passed through here. Not so? It cut the y axis at 2. The point where it cuts the y axis is being represented by what? By c. And now m stands for how this line slopes. We call that slope of the line as what? M. It's called the slope of the line or gradient of the line. Okay, now generally every straight line has this form. Every straight line has a form y is equal to mx plus c, where m is called the what? The slope or the gradient. Then c is called the y what? Intercept. Let me receive answers here, and we try to go to curves. Now we are saying that a number nearing x represents the slanting nature of the what? The line, which is called its slope or its gradient. Then C is where it cuts the y axis, and it cuts it like that. If it cuts at 2, it's called the y intercept. Now if we look at our lines here, what would be the value of the slope here? Slope m, and the y intercept here, intercept C, this is negative, positive. Then the intercept would be, what is the slope for this one?
2, positive 2.
Positive 2. Then the y intercept
0.
is 0. Yeah, that's how far our lines can go, and we are now going to curves. Are you ready to go to curves? Let us go to curves and we discuss curves. Equations of curves. People's heads are boiling, not so? It means they are going to think again here. You plot for me this, and you and we join them. Our plotting is easier. That means I'm waiting for you at the stage of at the stage of finding the equation. You are ready to plot? I'll let you to plot. Balance your, I think we don't have any negative y, therefore your graph can still be more down, can be more down. Yes?
I think it should be
less down.
Because that line is
It should be, I spoke in opposite. Less down. Okay, that's great. Thank you for. That means have it that way then. Hope you are plotting to 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plot. I'm just waiting for you to plot and we discuss how that have you filled up to 9? Does it come up to be a curve on joining? It comes out to be a curve. Yeah, let us now discuss the relationship between y and x to find out what is that equation of I hope you are going to give me the relationship, not so? Was thought very well. Yeah, what is this behavior here? Somebody thinking what I thought? Yes, Precious, what are you suggesting?
Like that first part.
This first 9?
Negative 3 times that very negative 3. But I don't know how to conclude, but that's not how it is going. Negative 3
times
that very
negative 3. That will mean what? What does it mean here now? It means?
Definitely, I think x times.
X times? Which x times x gives us what?
Yes. That's
You are saying that's what you are trying to explain. Eh? But you weren't clear. I want to give you a brainy cracker here. Are you ready for a brain cracker? Yeah, that means question 2 would be question 2. That's find the equation of the curve. Find the equation of the curve through following points. to 6 and what is somebody thinking? Yes, what's the behavior? And and we see who is thinking badly. Are you thinking badly? Now the trick is in checking with smaller numbers. You first check with smaller. Have you thought? Well, sorry, this is 02. 02, let me check again. This is 1, 3. This is 1, 3, sorry. This is you want to try? You can try and you see. Have you thought? Yes.
X squared plus 2.
X squared plus 2.
I don't know, I'm just trying to.
Just try. How did you arrive at that?
Yes, that's what I do. Yes.
You were thinking it was wrong?
Yes, but that I wasn't.
Give us a reason why it is correct.
Negative 3 times negative
3.
is going to give you positive 9. Plus 2, you get 11. Negative 10. Negative 2, you get 6. Yes.
Thank you very much. You have thought. You are great girls. Great girls. I congratulate you upon that marvelous suggestion. Now, let us discuss the last part called the drawing. Drawing lines and curves from an equation. Yeah, drawing lines and curves from an equation. And we shall start with lines. That's pretty big. I think I should reduce that size. And reduce that size so that it becomes a bit shorter. Now when we are drawing these lines, we have to get coordinates first. That means in case the question does not give you coordinates, you get some yourself. Like there are two ways here. We would do suggest coordinates from, you can suggest from anywhere, they will work. You can suggest from the negatives, maybe in case you wanted your graph to include some negatives, and 1 and 2. Those are enough. Suggest a few. Since a line just needs any 2 to go through, 2 are enough, can't form a line. Then you work out the corresponding y. However, you state any, whether you started from 1 and 3, like that, any order will work. Negative 2 we put in here. That is when x is negative 2, y will be 3 times negative 2 minus 2, not so? That will give us negative 6 minus 2, negative 8. Mentally, now you work out mentally the rest. 8. Okay, mentally work out this. Negative 1 times 3, negative 5 here. Negative 2, 0, 3 times 0 is 0, minus 2 is negative 2. Then 3 times 1 minus 2, 1. 3 times 2 minus 2, 4. That means you can now have your values, you plot this, that, or another student can say in method 2, me I would like to break the, you'd use the same coordinates, negative 2, 1, 0, 1, and 2. But you'd like to, before you reach y, you'd like to just use the parts of the equation, that's 3x. Then you use what? Negative 2. Then you finally write y. It's just picking part, 3x, negative 2. Now, negative 2 does not have any x value on it. You just maintain negative 2. Negative 2 throughout. Then here we keep multiplying. 3 times x, that is negative 6. 3 times negative 1. 3 times 0. 3 times 1. 3 times 2. 6. Then to get y, we just add this plus that, this plus that, this plus that, this plus that. You'll still be plotting x with y. That means the coordinates you are plotting there, the coordinates are now negative 2 with 8, then negative 1 with negative 5, 0, negative 2, then 1, 1, and 2, 4. Is that right? When we plot, we join with a straight line through the coordinates. Our plotting is pretty easy. Yes. That means I'm waiting for you to plot, then I discuss the curves, not so? Yes, we plot the curves. You are very much excused.
Teacher, is it a must that a zero is going to be included, like if you are finding those equations from x, okay, the coordinates for x,
Should the zero be included?
is it a must, and there are any other coordinates that can be used apart from both near and zero?
Yes, you can start even from 2 and continue, but now you will be dealing with big numbers, not so? Values close to 0 give very small values, but when you deal with big ones, the graph would be now big for you. I think but it's okay if you can plot them. Should we progress to the curve? You can plot this, join with the free hand. Let me give you you are excused.
Is there maybe a short way of maybe plotting 95?
On 95 on the graph paper. Of course, you must establish the correct scale from 0 to reach 95. What should you skip? That means you will not say 0, 1, 2. You will now say maybe 0, 10, 20, like that. Okay, drawing curves now. I think this is clear. I think let me now drawing curves. Let me directly give you a table here. Copy and fill in. Provided in the table. Draw a curve for the coordinates obtained. That's x squared. That's 3. Somebody will guide us on how to fill in that table. How shall we fill in the first ones here? This is already a given table for you to draw. That means the curve already given is y is x squared plus 3. What is here? Negative 16, positive 16. That's negative 4 times negative 4. Then this, positive 9, positive 4, and 4. Then here, we maintain a term without x is maintained throughout. Not so? Then to get this, because there is always a confusion, when a student sees a negative here, will want to sub. No, you use addition to generate this other part. Because when you subtraction, you will be changing because you will be saying, if there is a subtraction and again you say subtract, you will be changing the what? The meaning. That means whatever the sign is on this, follow additions. Then this would be 19, 11, 7, 4, 3, 4, 7. But you don't have any negative. That means your graph can be more. The x-axis can be so much down here. We can use 1 centimeter for 1 unit. Not so? 1 box. If you want to use 2 boxes, therefore you will have you will skip to 2. I don't know if somebody picks that. Now we can plot that and you join. Then that concept has been discussed. State the coordinates first down here. What are those coordinates? -4. -4. 19. -3.
-27. -1, 4. 0, 3. 1, 4. 2, 7.
2, 7. 2, 7. Okay, that means to plot that curve, remember that down that means more of the x-axis should be down, not so? Should be down. Should be down. We're using 1 centimeter for 1 unit. 19. Now, if 1 centimeter is 1 unit, if this is 1, somebody can skip this and just use 2 to avoid the congestion. Yeah, by knowing that when I'm looking for 1, I'll be in the middle. That's 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 first, then 18 and 20. Does it seem to fit into 2 centimeter on yours? Down, does it fit? But here you can maintain, it doesn't fit. It doesn't, or it does? You can try to test it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It fits. It fits, I think. If you made it more down, it will fit. But when you fix values here, you congest it. At least you can skip knowing 1 is somewhere in the middle. That fine? Then we can plot and join it to be our curve. That's -4, 19, -4, 19. Then -3, 11. -3, 11 is somewhere in the middle here. Hope that's clear. -2, 7. Then -1, 4. 0, 3. Then 1, 4. 2, 7. Then join. Join. Have you finished like I've done? Then label on it y is equal to x squared plus 3. Yes, thank you. Which question can you ask?
She's asking us to put y-axis and x-axis.
It is a big must. Not even a must, but a big must. Yes.
Okay, is it okay if maybe one writes the coordinates and both the x and y, like after plotting?
You write its coordinate. It's conjunction.
What if you like put the in it?
It's unless they are labeled, but all is conjunction, not so. Yeah, the aim of the graph is to avoid congestion. That's why you must avoid congestion as much as. Yeah, now that's the end of this part called equations of lines and curves, and we've gone through around the 5 subtopics. That's around the five subtopics, 4 to 5 subtopics. We went through, we reviewed how to plot. Some people, the graph paper might maybe disturb, but we said always either use 2 centimeters or instead of using 1 centimeter, then skip, and if you are using 1, 2, then you would skip and start with the 2, knowing 2, 1 will be in between. The aim is to limit congestion and work to look very, very beautiful, because we say the math is what? Is beautiful. Now we went through how do you find an equation of a line. We said look at the relationship between x and y. The same to a curve. Then how do you plot lines and curves? That's generate coordinates. In case coordinates are not given, generate yours, at least from the negative side to the positive side. Yeah, thank you. We meet in the next topic.